these, they shouldn't have too much overlap. There's not really enough spin to like make it that big of an issue if there was anyways.
Okay.
Let's just double check. Oh, the inspect tool's not there, so we can't. Yeah, so
how do
I would say, all right, so now that those are off, by the way, give it 48 hours to see what happens with the results. If there's any more purchases that come, great. If there's no purchases in these, turn all of these off and only keep the ones that got the purchases on. And then flip to CBO once you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that would help that out a lot. So that way you can get your return on ad spend up.
Right.
And then also find the best next creative.
Okay.
This should be turned off. Is that fine?
Yeah. What's the time frame? Is it this month?
Yeah, that's all this month. It has no purchases at all.
Yeah.
And you don't, and sometimes you don't have to go based off time frame since spin is so variable. A lot of times you can just base it off spin. Essentially, if you have a purchase on other ad sets and you don't have one on a different one, then I mean, like, it's kind of a red flag in itself. So you can just turn it off to exclude that audience. Same thing here. This thing has 68 spent, but it only has recovered half, a little more than half. So you can come down and ad level and see what's going on. So I turn this one off. So that'll bring your return on ad spend up to 1.2 for this audience.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Absolutely.
Then I just select all here, come back to the ad level and just turn off all the ads because I mean, these pretty much have had a good amount of spend. So I just turn off all the ones that don't have a purchase at this point.
Okay.
So it'd be this one. Even if it has $3, it doesn't matter. It'd be this one, that one. I mean, look at that, $36, no purchases. Who wants that? Let's get rid of it. 0.95. That's got to go.
Do you ever want to see an ad have a certain amount of spin before you kill it?
Yes and no. So yes for very fresh creatives. No for creatives that we've tested in the past and just haven't got any purchases, like these two. Like if you combine this spend, we're already at like $6, but guess what? We've had these only spend a little bit as well, and they're getting purchases. So like, okay, we can just go ahead and cut them. You can be patient, but you know, it's better to go based off knowns than unknowns, right?
Okay. Yep.
Because if we know we can improve the results right away, we might as well just do it, rather than gamble too much on the unknowns. Now, it's always worth it if there's a budget there and you're willing to like douse, you know, some change out there to see what happens. But at the same time, it's like running a business.
Yeah.
So those will be cut. That'll take you from a 2.35 to a 3. Gets you at a 3x plus. And then, in quite all honesty, I would say cut any ad that's below a 2x after 48 hours.
Okay.
Just raise your standard. And then once you do that, it's like you have 18 players because everything's essentially 2x plus. And that'll improve your results. You'll get more purchases, and that means more data, right?
Right.
Because all of these ads that are sending people to the site and aren't getting purchases, technically that's low quality audience data going to the site, which makes your lookalikes perform a little worse.
Okay.
So we're at a 3x. Same thing for the audience level. In the next 48 hours, based off the active, I would just double check these. Nothing above a 2, yeah. And then you're good.
Okay, awesome.
Then increase ad spend after you do that. So once you make those changes, then increase your ad spend. And then it's really going to be producing results.
How do you go about increasing the ad spend? Do you do it a little bit a day or
20% increase.
Okay.
That prevents him from exiting learning. It's just a good habit to get into at scale.
Okay. 20% daily?
20, 20.
Right. 20%. Okay. We thought of a ton of other audiences that we would like to test that we've never tested before. Should I make a separate, like non-lookalike testing audience?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. If y'all have ideas, test them.
Okay. Still stick with the $10 daily per ad set like we did with the lookalikes?
Yeah. If that's within your budget, yes. If not, $5 daily works as well.
Okay. So I updated my customer list and turned the win back ad back on, and like within an hour it got a sell. So that's good. So hopefully there's not much spin going to it.
That's
But
awesome. You got a purchase today? Yeah, all this is looking good. I don't know if your microphone cut out, but I can't hear you if you're saying anything.
oh no, I was just watching. Yeah, these videos I didn't break out the options. So in the ad at the ad level, it still has multiple options for copy.
For copy?
Right. Yeah. I think last time we had said since it got a purchase, just let it ride for a little bit.
Right. Yeah, this creative is great. Did a great job.
Thanks.
It's a world's difference.
I couldn't figure out how to not make it do that little zoom effect. But
I
I guess
think it's pretty cool. It's working. So is this one new?
no, that's an old one.
Cool. All right. So that one's still working. So like that's one of your winners to some degree. And some of these audiences, it's working. And then we'll essentially see how this video does over the next few days as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you raise your standard to a 2 plus, I mean, this will probably go up closer to a 4. Then eventually you can make, honestly, you could make the standard 3 plus if you wanted. The only concern is a bulkier spin is sitting heavier down on the lower numbers, so we got to get those up
Right.
before we really like make that the new standard.
And here, kind of a question I just thought of. These collection ads, there's like 4 slight variations, and the only variation is the copy, like the location of the copy, and then what the customer sees, like in the headline. I was trying to narrow it down from 4 down to 2 or ideally 1, but I haven't been able to see any good trends?
Sometimes that happens.
Okay.
It just doesn't work out because there's no solid base to work from. Sometimes it's like the creative is like the best piece, and anything you change in the copy will adjust the return on ad spend in either in a better direction or a less better direction. And that's like your starting point. But like if there's no base that anything's holding on to, because like say everything's just somewhat works in some cases, there's too much variation. It just doesn't, there's nothing sticking.
Okay, that makes sense.
But if we find out this video with this, how it has the text and all that, we find out that it's pretty consistent, then we just start swapping products and we see it still converts, and that's good. Then we find a copy, keep working from there.
Right. Yeah, I made that the video and I showed it to Emily and she's like, why does it say spring? Spring's almost over. Like crap. Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta have to find maybe a word that'll last. But at the same time, you can just keep relaunching for those as well.
Yeah, I think we'll have enough time over the next couple weeks to test it as is, and then I'll make a new one for summer, and we can throw more, hopefully throw more spin at it.
Right. Yeah, slideshow, video, and then this collection. Yeah, I mean, there's still variation here. We got to find out which one's going to end up working best. And that'll just come with spinning a little bit more.
Okay.
Cool. Are there any other questions?
No, that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Awesome. Alrighty. We'll see how that does.
Okay. Have a good night.
Alrighty, you as well. Bye.